represent who I am, right? As opposed to someone who literally speaks a foreign language. So I don't think we will have as many minority politicians in office if we went to pure SMCs.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
There's always the classical debate argument against Hillary Clinton being an outsider by saying that she's very manly and that she's very, like, even though she's a woman, she represents a lot of masculine traits. How true is that of, like, minorities that win seats in parliament here? Do the minorities, like, present a lot of Chinese traits?
Yeah, they do.
Well, I don't know
like,
who they are. So.
Not like Chinese traits per se, but they need to be able to connect with the Chinese community.
So has there ever been a case of, like, there's definitely been cases of, like, Chinese people just being Chinese and winning seats. Have there ever been cases of, like, Malay people just being Malay people and winning seats?
In Malay areas, in the past, where ethnic integration policies weren't a thing.
But now?
No.
Mm.
There are very few cases of minorities winning SMCs. Very few. Okay? I mean, if you are opposing GRCs, then you will be relying on these case studies lah. That's why you need to know Anson by-election, UPJ. You need to know Michael Palmer. You need to know Murali. You need to know these few cases, right? Be able to cope easily. The other thing about GRCs is does it stifle opposition voices? And that's debatable, okay? Because at the end of the day, let's look at the barriers to entry, okay? You need 5 solid opposition politicians. And the truth of the matter is there aren't that many opposition politicians. Or there aren't that many opposition competent parties, right? They can work together. You need anywhere between 4 to 6. Difficult, right? And then you need to contest the area consistently, right? Without a lot of support, it's hard to find, and that's why they haven't been contesting GRCs for a long time. Okay, so I mean, Workers' Party need to assemble like all stars, right, to do it. However, if you look at the PAP, the barriers to entry are very low. So what happens, and you will observe this in elections, whenever there are new candidates, the new candidates are always attached to a very powerful minister. Tin Pei Ling, for example, when Tin Pei Ling entered politics, she's in MacPherson at SMC right now. When Tin Pei Ling entered politics, she was a young 27-year-old, 26-year-old, no, 27. Huh? Goh Chok Tong, correct. Right? She was very young, but because she was young, under Goh Chok Tong. Right? And the PAP saw potential in her because she was a grassroots leader. But there were a number of social media / interview failures that people thought she was a buffoon. Like idiot. So they were like
Syed told me that it's because her husband is Lee Hsien Loong's bodyguard. Sarah told me this.
bodyguard.
Yeah. So like they chose her because she's a grassroots and they wanted to promote people from grassroots. But they chose her specifically because her husband is
not bodyguard lah.
Aide or something lah.
Aide lah, come bodyguard. Bodyguard don't earn a lot of money, no.
But a bodyguard someone will have her as a wife, right? You know how fucking stupid she was on her.
I think it just showed badly in her interviews. Her answers to a lot of questions were terrible.
She was getting trashed by Nicosia, right?
Yeah. So she was getting compared to Nicosia. And then there were like Instagram photos of her holding like Kate Spade bag, which makes her seem like very rich and out of touch. Right? So she was under Goh Chok Tong and then she got automatically elected. Right? Even though there was so much criticism against her. I mean, granted, she eventually turned out to be a very good politician, right? And the residents love her now. But back then, you can easily win just by being under a minister. However, there's a different element to it, right? Even though barriers of entry are low, but it gives you a very good training ground. And Tin Pei Ling, again, is a very good example of this. When people first enter politics, they have no fuck clue how to run an election, right? It's not like the West where like political campaigns are heavily corporatized and like there are career political campaigners and advisors and a whole team managing all the little aspects. In Singapore, it's not like that, right? Because also I suspect there are restrictions on campaign financing and things like that. I'm not too familiar. But for you to navigate being in the spotlight, right, and running for election and then winning is very difficult for any newbie politician. That's why Tin Pei Ling fucked up, Chan Soon Sing fucked up, right?
What did you think to?
Kichu.
Huh?
You don't remember Kichu, the speech? So he gave a speech to he was in charge of like the youth PAP, I think. And he gave a speech about like the ability for nation states to succeed beyond like 50 years or something like that. Like it's likely that it's likely that Singapore will die in the future, something like that lah. And he was just very like uncouth about it and the way he talked. And I think he asked some question and then he was like, you all agree, Kichu, I raise your hand, like he's just very uncle,
What the
very
heck's Kichu?
huh?
What the heck?
Q. Raise up your hand.
Raise up your hand. Alright? You can actually watch, you go and Google Chan Soon Sing Kichu, or you can go and find it.
Who said the cupboard one? I forget already. There's some guy who said cupboard cupboard for fun. Who is that?
Yeah, see, there are a ton of these examples. Right? I'm trying to remember the doctor. There was a doctor that
Everyone have a car.
everyone have a car. Right? So people say stupid shit all the time. It's not like they are incompetent. I mean, sometimes they're incompetent, sometimes they're out of touch. Yes.
I have a car. No, everyone have a car. I have a car. My wife have a
My
car.
car, yeah.
What?
I have a car. My wife have a car.
Oh.
This is weird.
Oh.
That's fucked.
He's fucked up, right?
Please don't tell me he won.
He won.
You won.
Fucking hell.
Right? But that's my point. But the ability for you to be under the wing of a minister and have the minister guide you and teach you the ropes, big help. And that's what the GRC system allows. That you contest as a group, there is a safety net for you. Right? So there's an argument about helping groom new politicians and renewal, even playing field.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you think that the PAP has a monopoly on like political talent, or they just have a better system for like grooming politicians?
I don't think they have a monopoly, but they do have a better system. So they very early identify candidates, and there's actually a rigorous screening process. There are multiple stages to it.
Yeah, but at least to what Shao Tian was saying, that you don't get firebrand politicians,
You don't.
reformists.
You don't.
They are all like
Yeah,
yes,
they
yes,
roughly
they
fit a
do
certain
conservative
mold.
lah.
Yeah.
all civil servant. They don't have enough professionals.
Not necessarily all civil servant. They do have professionals.
They're all like lawyers and this.
Yeah. I mean, generals, lawyers.
No one from like corporate engineering background, all this.
Because most of them start off within the civil service, right?
Yeah.
Or like through.
Yeah, true. A number of them do start off within the civil service, but you do have a number of people that are from the corporate world. It's just that they don't necessarily become prominent because they often return to the corporate world. So they will hang around a couple of terms and they will fuck off because they're like, I got more money to be made outside. Right? So they don't necessarily become prominent. Right? Those that become very prominent and stick in your mind are people from either the civil service or like the army. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So that's GRCs, right? I have a cough. So much. Oh.
Speed run.
I need to go to serious just record that video.
Speed run.
Okay, I'm not going to talk about compulsory. Okay, Singapore has a system of compulsory voting, do you know?
Yeah.
Compulsory. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically
You
a
don't vote, you
use.
lose your right to vote.
Yeah, you don't vote, you lose your right to vote.
How many times?
Once.
Once.
Wow.
Then you want to get it back, you have to pay some fee and go to
Yeah.
some-
Yeah, basically you just have to tell them, oh, I was sick or I was like overseas, and then they'll just let you back. It's not a big deal. But like compulsory voting can be a thing, can be debated in the Singapore context. The arguments are still the same. Okay.
Very boring debate.
Then there's the NMP NCMP system. So the NMP NCMP system was a system introduced to have more diversity in parliament. Okay. So there are two separate things. NMP is nominated member of parliament, NCMP is non-constituency member of parliament. Okay, let's talk briefly about NMP because it's very easy. NMP is basically who decides NMPs?
That one.
Something along that, but with the advice of like Prime Minister and something.
Yeah, basically they take people from different industries and then they throw them into parliament. They can give parliamentary speeches and then they can vote on certain things. but not
Define
everything.
industries.
Like from the arts,
Yeah.
from the different areas in the community.
Recommendation of a special select committee
they'll
chaired by the Speaker of Parliament.
So they will convene a committee lah, right? Then they will select like what's her name? The wheelchair woman, Teresa, the Paralympian, the swimmer.
Oh.
Okay, I feel very bad for not doing, but
Yip Bin, no, not
You mean the
the.
SMU team,
Not the Yip Bin Su
The one that recently won the gold medal.
She's an NMP.
Oh,
Either
wow.
her or the other butch, the Teresa. One of them is I think Yip Bin Su the more attractive one is a NMP, right? So that's an example.
Wait, what's the degree of their power?
Can talk.
Limited, can talk, can't vote very much.
Yeah, it's just to
Very
show
limited. It's just
different
different viewpoints.
Okay,
Okay.
it's a similar system.
Yeah. NCMP is non-constituency member of parliament. Essentially, it is biggest losers, right? So basically, what the NCMP system does is, let's say, right, okay, I guarantee 12 NCMPs in parliament. Okay, so